Hello, and welcome back to the BotSpot. Today, we're going to begin a new series that I've called Franklin's Virtues. Benjamin Franklin wrote a list of virtues he aspired to live by at the age of 20. He felt that if he lived by these, he would have the kind of character that one should. While these virtues could improve your life from a worldly perspective, by applying them to our godly lives, our spiritual character will also improve. Virtue number 1, silence. Speak not, but what may benefit others or yourself. Avoid trifling conversation. Or, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. Or, Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 29 reads, "Let no corrupt word proceed out of your mouth, but what is good for necessary edification, that it may impart grace to the hearers." At work, I've heard it all. Profanity, threats of outward violence, self-destructive behavior. What's the best approach? Speaking softly, choosing your words carefully, and being kind. Other times, simply staying silent, letting the speaker say their piece and getting it off their chest. It's hard to stay angry when spoken to like that. A careful combination of these can diffuse almost any situation. It teaches us how to speak and how not to speak in quarrels or arguments with others. Matthew chapter 12 verses 35 through 37 read, "A good man out of the good treasure of his heart brings forth good things, and an evil man out of the evil treasure brings forth evil things. But I say to you, that for every idle word men may speak, they will give account of it in the day of judgment. For by your words you will be justified, and by your words you will be condemned." We are judged by our words, what we say or don't say. In matters of contention between others, a third party with an outside viewpoint may solve matters. With backbiters, silence is golden. If the desired effect isn't obtained, the accuser is the one ashamed. Regarding gossip, excise the cause at the source, not the symptoms. And these even work with non-Christians as well. Colossians chapter 4 and verses 5 through 6 read, "Walk in wisdom towards those who are outside, redeeming the time. Let your speech always be with grace, seasoned with salt, that you may know how you ought to answer each one." Our approach to diffusing said situations. In matters of strife, grace and peace to soothe angered hearts. In matters of gossip or slander, salt. Salt is used to keep food fresh and prevent decay. It is a combination of grace, love for your fellow man, and salt, our concern for their souls and the unsavory lifestyle they currently live, that makes us want to help others and prevent such ungodly actions from worsening. It takes wisdom to know what to say and when. How about when speaking with others in regards to the gospel? In regards to speaking to others about the Bible, however, we need to be more proactive. There are a myriad of ways we can do so, but for the sake of this message, let's consider some examples that Jesus gave us. For those who may not have the scriptural wisdom of the Bible, a harsh approach may push them away further. Consider the adulterous woman in John chapter 8. Jesus realized the condemnation from the Pharisees and used their own condemnation against them. "Let he who is without sin cast the first stone." Discipline was more gentle towards a woman. Keep in mind, he still called sin, sin. Go and sin no more. But by knowing more about the person we're speaking to, we can build a rapport with them, and they may be more inclined to listen. For those who should be more spiritually grounded, however, it may take a more blunt approach. Like in the case of Matthew 23, Jesus did not abide hypocrisy, and neither should we. So many souls are being lost today because people who worship do so externally only. So much cynicism because of what people think religion should be. Like the Pharisees, they're quick to judge others, so quick to claim to be religious but don't even consider the harm they're doing to those around them. Loving and forgiving towards those who repent. Consider Jesus forgiving Peter in John 21. Peter denied Jesus 3 times, yet Jesus realized his value and brought him back to do work in his name. Even if one sins, they still have high value to God. When one repents, we should remember the sin no more, as God does, and celebrate what they bring to the Lord's work once again. Thank you for your attention. Next week, we'll continue this series with order.